Look, let's be honest. If you've been an altcoin bag holder in 2025, it's been a rough ride. We've all been patiently waiting for altcoin season to come. It's not coming. There's been a little bit of outperformance in some sectors, sometimes. Mostly it's been a rough ride. And it's kind of similar to how it came in the past two cycles. And unfortunately, that day just has not arrived yet. So is all hope lost? Give up now, buy data center stocks, move on with your life? Or is it possible that altcoins will rise again and we'll get some much needed breathing room or even an opportunity to unload some altcoins and massive profits? That's really the core question. Look, I've got a couple of interesting stock and macro charts to explore with you today that are going to give us an insight on risk in the market and risk taking, most importantly, in the market. Perhaps these charts can give us some hopium for our altcoins, or maybe it's all just copium. We should sell now and buy data center stocks. Look, let's start with this recent post here from Lorenzo. Quote, the Russell 2000 is trying to break out again, printing new all-time highs. This chart will single-handedly resuscitate your wallet of crap worthless shit coins. Spoken like a beautiful poet, sir. Look. Here's the claim, as far as I can see it. Since the Russell 2000 appears to be breaking into new all-time high territory, that is an indicator that risk-taking is happening in the market, which means it's a positive sign for our altcoin bags. But is there any truth to this? Well, first, I've recreated the Russell chart here, and indeed the Russell 2000 is making a move. It's attempting to break into new all-time highs as we speak. Moreover, we're getting a small resistance breakout here on the RSI as well. So far, so good. But that ain't altcoins, okay? That's just riskier stocks. The Russell 2000 is a big basket of lower cap market stocks. But all of this begs the question, is there even a correlation or a lead lag relationship between the Russell 2000 and altcoins? That's really what needs to be established here in order for this claim to hold water. And to answer that, according to Grok 4, yes, there is indeed evidence of a positive correlation of risk-taking in stocks, lower cap stocks, equating into risk-taking in altcoins, particularly during these kind of market phases where all the stuff's lining up with loose financial conditions and rate cuts and all that kind of stuff. Grok's analysis saying the correlation gets as high as 0.7 between the Russell and Ethereum. And with regards to a lead-lag relationship, the answer is these two are generally in sync with each other. But if breakouts occur with the Russell, it can serve perhaps as a leading indicator for coming risk-taking in the altcoin market. And to be fair, we just had a massive traumatic event in the altcoin market. We are lagging a bit behind stocks right now, partially because of that. Now, this looks all pretty good right now. And frankly, what Grok is saying here makes conceptual sense because remember that the Russell 2000 is the US small cap index, so it's further out on the risk curve. Therefore, it makes a lot of sense that there would be a positive correlation between the Russell being riskier stocks and altcoins being basically the farthest end of the risk spectrum until you start getting into meme coins and NFTs. Let's pull up the Russell chart again, but this time we're going to add on the total 2ES. As a reminder, this is the entire cryptocurrency market cap minus Bitcoin minus stable coins. Pure altcoins, baby. And get a load of this bad boy. The total 2ES is in the white, and it really does look to be very heavily correlated with the Russell, which aligns with what Grok is saying here. And if we zoom out a bit farther, looking at the larger time frame, it still all looks pretty damn good, especially on the macro front. I know there's some trade, tariff, China fears, whatever, but overall, we're looking pretty okay. U.S. economy's on fire in a good way. Things are happening. Let's say we've got some nice hopium here between the Russell and the altcoin breakout, okay? Because the correlation between the Russell and the total 2ES looks pretty tight. And if we get follow through and if we can recover from the traumatic events of a couple weeks ago, then altcoins could finally do something. Not all altcoins, most of the altcoins are garbage and are still going to trend to zero even with risk-on conditions. But the right altcoins will do well. I think it's safe to be optimistic here if we look at that as a signal. I think that we might get the same for the total 2ES breakout that we're seeing for the Russell right now. But the key, of course, is we need to see some follow through with the Russell and then with altcoins. We need actual confirmation, so keep your eyes on that. Now, before we get into the next critical part of this conversation, question for you. Will you step up? Will you start taking your trading seriously? And will you move over to Femex? The exchange is going to give you some massive rewards. Okay, it's not some fly-by-night platform. It's an OG crypto exchange trusted by millions worldwide. Deep liquidity means smooth execution across the top coins. Global access means you'll be able to anyone, anywhere. You might need VPN in some cases. Here's the kicker. Right now, make your first deposit of $5,000 or more, you're going to get $1,000 cash back. That's insane money straight back into your pocket. On top of that, exclusively when using this link right down here to sign up, you can earn up to 1 full Ethereum in trading bonuses, currently worth somewhere around $4,000-ish, give or take a few $100s depending on the day. So don't let this opportunity pass you by. Link down below. Go check it out. Thank you very much. The next idea I want to explore comes from CoinTraderNick over on X, specifically his claim that the iShares Micro-Cap ETF is signaling a move for the others chart. Of course, the others is all the altcoins outside of the top 10. He wrote, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm retarded. It's very possible, my friend. We're altcoin investors. I think we all need to go see psychologists at some point. Anyway, everything points to higher for longer. So, recreating this chart here, what we're seeing is that blue sky breakouts in the iShares Micro-Cap ETF signals major moves for the others. Now, just so we're all on the same page here, the iShares Micro-Cap ETF tracks the smaller bottom half 1,000 companies of the Russell 2000. So we're even further out on the risk spectrum here, okay? This is about as risky as you get in the stock world before you go into frickin' penny stocks, right? Therefore, the correlation for the iShares Micro-Cap in the crypto world would be the others chart, okay? Remember, the others is all about our medium and small cap coins, everything outside of the top 10. So like risk for like risk, just different markets. Okay, so the comparison is actually very interesting. Oh, by the way, as a quick aside, my newsletter is broadening up a bit to incorporate more stock and macro analysis. So it's never been a better time to sign up for our free newsletter. Link down below. Go check it out. Anyway, when I add the others to the iShares Micro-Cap chart without moving my vertical lines, well, I've got to agree. It looks pretty damn interesting, doesn't it? I mean, just look at the chart. Come on. Just FYI here, I've got the others on the logarithmic scale. Otherwise, the price action from 2016 wouldn't be visible. So zooming in here on the 2016 price action after the iShares Micro-Cap broke into new all-time highs, it took 3 months for the others to follow suit. Zooming in on 2020, after the iShares Micro-Cap hit blue skies, the others did the same 2 months later. Therefore, the argument is if the iShares Micro-Cap breaks into new all-time highs again, and to be clear, it's not done that quite yet, the 2021 high still remains, but when it does, I would say versus if it does, then history would like to rhyme with the fact that the others should probably do the same. And my analysis says we might see new all-time highs for the others about 2 to 3 months afterwards. Now, interestingly, if the iShares Micro-Cap made a definitive breakout tomorrow, that would put the others in line for new all-time highs around New Year. So here's that full chart analysis again in case you want it. So is this just some hopium or just copium because everything's so effed up right now? We need something to hang on to, man. I'm in the hopium camp, man. Hope's a good thing. Hope's a good thing, okay? A lot of the charts are still lining up for risk taking in the markets, and people will take risks in crypto, okay? But we're not in the clear yet. The iShares Micro-Cap still has not broken its prior all-time highs, so we do need that to happen. It's something to watch out for, though. But let's hope it happens because the others needs absolutely all the help it can get right now. Any kind of narrative we can cling on to for altcoin bags, man. Anyway, we covered a lot of ground today, but just to sum it up, it looks like the Russell 2000 is correlated with the total 2 ES, so that's good. We're watching for a new all-time high in the Russell right now. And of course, the big cap altcoins that are accounted for in the total 2 ES will start making their moves before lower cap coins do in the cryptocurrency market, okay? And we're also watching for new all-time highs in the iShares Micro-Cap ETF. That should signal that extreme risk taking will take place in the cryptocurrency market, but again, by a lag, okay? So just a small message of chart hope for our brutally heavy altcoin bags. Thanks for watching.